Hello, YouTube. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. I myself, I ate too much. Oh man, did we kill that prime rib. We did good though. There's like almost no leftovers left. So I just figured I'd jump on here and see how everybody's doing. I notice it's kind of quiet here on YouTube tonight. I'm thinking everybody is still all Christmased up here or something. But hey, there's a link there. If anybody wants to jump on, you're more than welcome to. No, I kept going back on that prime rib again and again and again, and man, I feel like I'm pregnant. Probably gonna have triplets. I ate way too much, but no, I got a rough day tomorrow. Now the in-laws, when they got done eating, they actually went out about 6 o'clock tonight. It's like they're tired. I think all of us, after we pigged out, it's like, all right, we're done. I went and got my shower and got cleaned up and got my alarm set for in the morning. Got the nail polish off. So, hate to take it off, but you know, gotta be the man on the job. So, anyhow, so how was everybody's Christmas? Now I figured I'd kick back, relax, have a smoke, see if there's anybody out here tonight. There we go. I'm gonna say, did I miss a click? That's better. Yeah, we'll see who's up and about here tonight.
Thank you, Daddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Christmas presents.
You're welcome, Morgan. I'm on live, so just to let you know.
Yeah. I'll put those out if I want to come.
That works.
And I'm not in clothes right now.
Now I gotta tell you guys, YouTube and their algorithm here. It's like, okay, my video there, dinner is served, where basically I'm pulling the prime rib out of the oven and carving it. And it's not suitable for most advertisers. It's like, what, are you guys vegetarian or something, or what? I don't know. I'm thinking YouTube really has something against us. Because so many of these videos that are, come on, carving a prime rib, that's a family thing on Christmas. Why would it not be suitable? You know, so I have no idea what their problem is. But I can tell you one thing, somebody else comes up with a platform that's like YouTube, you know, I think we'll all be headed over there, and then YouTube will be sitting there wondering, where did everybody go? Because yeah, there's no reason for, you know, marking these not suitable for most advertisers when it's like lunch at IHOP with the family. That's not suitable for most advertisers. I mean, what, does Google support Waffle House or something? I don't know. They blame it all on their algorithm, but I'm thinking they got some serious issues with it all. Because so many of the videos that there's no reason they should block them at all, they do. But yeah. But no, so I'm just unwinding and relaxing. Well, hello, ladies, man. How are you tonight? I ate too much prime rib and potatoes there. So, yeah, I'm about ready to hit the bed tonight. I got me a shower. Got on one of my cute little sundresses there. I like to sleep in these. They are so comfy. Put it this way, they're as good as sleeping naked, only if a dog paw comes out with the claws, you got a little protection. Yeah. I figured I'd come on, see who's out here tonight. See if we got other people that are winding down from all of that Christmas and family and presents and packages. Now then, we never did get my dress under the tree. Santa didn't bring it to me, so it looks like I'm going to have to go get it. But anyhow. But the week I've got this week at work, I don't know if I can find time. Thing is, I need to be able to try it on. I want to try it on, make sure it fits first. If it doesn't fit, make sure it's something that can be altered to where it will fit. If it's too small to begin with. Now, I didn't get a whole lot of presents. I gave a whole lot of presents. But basically what I got, other than candy cane and stuff, I come away with a nice makeup kit from Ulta. So it's got all kinds of different eyeshadows and stuff in there. And it's got a whole bunch of stuff to play with. It's got a bunch of stuff here. We got a bunch of different mascaras and eyeliners and stuff like that. Got some brushes there. And then it's got another one with a bunch of colors. So that I'm thinking would be my main present. Then it came from Ulta. Makeup at Ulta is not cheap by any means. So, okay, why won't it close? What do I got wrong? So that's my makeup kit. And then I got a set of brushes. So there we go. Nice set of brushes. Which I love the idea of this little itty bitty guy here because I might actually be able to get things straight and right with it. We'll have to see. I've got all kinds of new colors to play with. So you know what? I'm going to have to take time and just sit there and play with the face. See what I can come up with. But makeup's always a good choice for me. Anything girly works for me. I'm the easiest guy to shop for, However, with the wife, I did get her, it's like, all right, I wanted to get her a heated jacket, which everybody was so sold out at Christmas time, there was no prayer. I started clear back at Thanksgiving, and I couldn't get one. They were already sold out for Christmas. But they make these jackets that you plug them in, charge them up overnight, and they'll heat for 8 hours. You got a low, a medium, and a high setting on a button up here on the collar. And yeah, they're an awesome jacket. I wouldn't mind having one. But I figured the wife with her office and how cold it gets, that would be perfect. Well, being there was no hope of getting her one. So at that point, I got her some makeup, I got her some bath bombs and some body wash. I got her a couple of the tank tops. I got her a black and white tank top. Because all you women know that you can't go wrong with the tank top. Because you could throw that underneath almost anything and have a great outfit. And they're not that size specific because they're nice and stretchy. So, yeah. Get one in the ballpark, you're good to go. Black and white goes with everything. And when I was telling the gal at checkout their pennies on, I figured I can't go wrong with those. He's like, oh no. She says, every woman needs those in the wardrobe. And yeah, the wife's same idea. She's like, oh yeah, these are great. I can put these under so many things. So yeah, you can't go wrong with a tank top for a woman. So she did good this year. She probably got a lot more stuff than she expected. But I've been looking for a long time. Just anytime I see something, grab it. And then the makeup I got her came from Ulta. So good makeup. And she also got a couple things from Sephora. So I wasn't buying her the cheap dollar store stuff. I was getting her the nice stuff. Because now that I've had a taste of like Sephora here, which that's the green I was wearing today, that's from Sephora. And it's like, it's so much nicer to work with and put on. It stays so much longer and looks good. It really is worth buying a little nicer quality makeup. Of course, I gotta admit, I got the white on Sephora, and I don't like the white as well as I like the Maybelline 24-hour cream for a base. Now, granted, the Maybelline cream is kind of a bear to put on because it's kind of thick and gooey. But if you use that underneath and then you come through the eyeshadow over, it doesn't matter what eyeshadow you're using. It sticks, it stays, it doesn't powder off. So, yeah, using a cream base, I'd highly recommend it for anybody. Especially if you want it to stay. You know, I've been dressed all weekend for 3 days here. And I think Dad will be surprised to see me as the guy again come tomorrow. But you know what? I love having Christmas and being able to be dressed and the whole bit, be comfy, be who I am. So, but now dinner came out great. Basically, the recipe I was using is you heat the oven up to 500 degrees, you throw the prime rib in, and it's 5 minutes per pound. So this was 6.19 pounds, so we did 31 minutes. Then you shut the oven off, and you just let it sit in there for 2 hours. And basically, at the end of the 2 hours, when I opened it, stuck a thermometer in, I needed 5 more degrees to have it perfect. So I turned the oven up to 350 and gave it like 5 or 10 minutes. And I had my 5 degrees, and it was the most beautiful prime rib all the way through. Oh, did I eat? It was actually a pretty good deal on the prime rib because they had the bones already separated from the back. So once you cut the strings, pull the bones out, stand the thing up on a cutting board, and start cutting. So not a bad prime rib for the money. Came from Safeway. So but no, I just figured I'd jump on, see if anybody was out here. You got a link at the top of the chat there if you're interested in coming on panel. My phone keeps chiming like crazy, but I think it's all pretty much off Facebook here. My buddy Mike. Had to wish him a Merry Christmas. Now, I haven't talked to my sister. I haven't gone through all my messages, so she may have tried to leave me a message. I probably ought to send her a text. I know, long as I was killing myself all week, and then Saturday, you know, having to go do a bunch of shopping and all this running around and, you know, go. Saturday night, I had a few drinks to kind of unwind and slow down. And Sunday, I was pretty much out of it. So as soon as I get off the high horse, it's like I fall hard. And today, I'm kind of coming back. You know, I got up this morning and got the house warmed up and all, and we did Christmas. And then at that point, I went and laid down, took a nap, and then I got up and did dinner here. And so, yeah. Let's see what we got. Yep. Yeah, no, work is gonna be up ahead. I was looking to see if I could find my sister. There she is. Yeah, I'll send her a Merry Christmas. I think she's the only one I haven't said Merry Christmas to. We got a lot of quiet people out there tonight. You guys are welcome to jump in here if you want, or jump in the side chat, whatever. Hey, it's Christmas. I don't care who you are. But I'm just kind of unwinding. I'm amazed at how well the father-in-law took the whole bit with me dressing and all, and we had fun. So I've been able to be the girl all weekend for 3 days, and had a lot of fun with it. And Dad just kind of rolls with it. So I gotta love Dad. He's great. And I didn't know how he'd take it to begin with, because he's old school. But now my day on Friday, I wound up short. Well, I missed my TCOM time with one store. So that had to roll over to a Wednesday truck. There was no getting it on the Tuesday truck. And then I got 3 stores that I fell short of on Friday. Just because everybody was so pounded and so hammered, everything took longer than expected. Got to the point that, you know what, I'm going to throw the towel in and go home. And so I'll start a little earlier tomorrow because I've got a lot to do before the 2 o'clock cutoff on a transmission. So do be quiet. But everything that's going to be on a Wednesday truck has got to be up by 2. Otherwise, it's going to be a Thursday truck. So, like I said, I'll do all I can to try to make that time. And if I can't make that time, it looks like it's going to have to roll a day. Now, I've got to be up to date, though, by tomorrow night. Because Wednesday, I got the same Wednesday this week that I ran 2 weeks ago. It took me 16 hours to get it done and get home. 16 hours, 22 stores, 102 miles. So I can't throw anything else onto Wednesday. And bottom line is Wednesday is an all or nothing. You start heading east, you're not sending a truck out there the next day. That's not happening. It all needs to go on that truck. So Tuesday's ugly, Wednesday's ugly, Thursday, it's my longer Thursday. Friday, it's going to be basically the same Friday I had last Friday. Then I come back from New Year's, and Tuesday is going to be ugly again. The Wednesday is going to be a little shorter Wednesday finally. So until I get all the way into Wednesday of the new year, I'm hammered. So that bites. So if you don't see much of me during the week, that's why. I'm in the wrong career for the holidays. But we'll see how it goes. If I get a few lucky breaks, if it's a little quieter, people actually stock their coolers, take care of their store, saves me time, I can get through faster. But going into Christmas, man, it got nuts. And my boss called me up. I think it was like Thursday he called me. And he's like, "What are you doing out there?" He says, "Man, you are smoking." It's like, I'm just trying to keep up with the boss. Let's put it this way. my numbers here that I need by the end of next week to wrap up December, I had them on Friday morning, right off the bat. So everything on Friday was pretty much extra. All next week is extra, which means I'm pounding myself for next year. I've had an awesome quarter, awesome month. And yeah, I made Employee of the Year, but I'm killing myself doing it. A lot of stores, a lot of hours, and hey, I don't want to miss a sale. I don't pound on anybody. I don't load anybody up. I try to just keep on that shoestring, keep it flowing. The faster we can keep it flowing, the more we can move through there. And you know what, that puts a lot of pressure on you to try to hit that fine line. So, which I had a few scrambles in there because I had a couple of stores that just all of a sudden last weekend just lit up like wildfire. And there was no rhyme or reason to it. It's like, holy cow, what's going on? So we'll see how it goes this week. But it should actually be a little quieter week because a lot of people are off. And so you don't have all the working crowd. So that should actually slow sales down a little bit, give me a chance to kind of get a handle on it. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is going to be jamming. Because going into New Year's, you always get that rush. But if you haven't sold it by 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve, you're not going to. You're not going to. So the object is to have basically a full store at that point, nothing extra. So even though, they'll try to tell us that, it's going to be just as busy as Christmas, but the stores are open New Year's Day, so plan on extra. No, people are all soft drinked out by that point. And this week ought to be great because we have no boss this week. They're all on vacation. So we can get out there and run our own show, not be disturbed by anybody above us calling down saying, hey, you need to do this, need to do that. Can you help us out with this or that? Can you get us this or that? So, yeah. Hello, Jasmine. Merry Christmas to you. I'm just winding down. I went and got out of the nice dress and all, got me a shower and got the makeup off, got the nail polish off. I just got my little sundress on it. I sleep in these. They were so comfy. Put it this way, it's like sleeping naked, but you're covered. So if you get a dog paw on the side or something, have a little protection. There's always fighting for bed space. I get 2 dogs on me every night. It's like trying to roll over in bed when they got you pinned under the blanket. Now I still need to go out and get the coffee pot ready, but that's pretty much it. I don't know if we put leftovers up from dinner, but I'm thinking there's about enough leftovers to put in one of those little trays for like one person for a quick lunch. I can't believe how close I hit it. There's basically about a serving of mashed potatoes, a serving of corn, and 2/3 of a serving of meat left out of all that I cooked. But that prime rib was absolutely perfect. So I highly recommend that way of cooking it. Basically, the formula is 5 minutes per pound at 500 degrees. And so this was 6.1 pounds. So I gave it 31 minutes. And at that point, you shut the oven off and you let it sit for 2 hours. And you get the perfect medium rare prime rib. Now, after the 2 hours, we were short like 5 degrees on it. And so at that point, I turned the oven on to 350 and gave it like 5 or 10 minutes. And that gave us our temperature. So it was like the perfect medium rare all the way through. Oh, it was good. Well, my little video clip on it, pulling it out of the oven and carving it, YouTube feels it's not suitable for most advertisers. It's like, oh, come on. I swear to God, they're just out to get us because, a cross-dressing channel, a transgender channel, whatever. They hammer all of us with that. And that is so wrong. Now it'll be interesting here when everything settles and clears through the bank and I see where I'm at after all of this. But now I'm wanting to get that wedding dress. It's like I fell in love with it. I was wanting it under the Christmas tree. And basically yesterday, I was so big. Because once I had a couple of drinks Saturday night and slowed down, I was shot. And, I was actually feeling like I was coming down with a cold or something. And I wasn't feeling good at all. So after we ate breakfast at IHOP, we come home and I laid down, took a nap again. And yeah, now finally by today I'm feeling better. I'll be in good shape to go back to work tomorrow. But yeah, I was hoping yesterday that we could stop. The thing with that dress is I want to try it on. And I pretty much need somebody there with me to try it on. And I'd like to have the wife there because if it needs alterations, she needs to be able to look at it and say, okay, I can do this, or no, I can't. Because it's easy to take things in. Quite the problem if you got to let it out. So, and like I say, the gal says it will fit me. I don't know. I haven't tried it on. It's a lot of dress, but it's beautiful. I saw it and I fell in love with it. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll have to do some videos in it. That's just me. If I get a beautiful dress, I've got to do some videos. So, I say we'll see. If I got a chance during the week, I get some lucky breaks, get a day I get done early, maybe. Otherwise, maybe next weekend. And I threw the link out here if anybody wants to come on. I'll throw it out again if it's rolled off on yours. Yeah. Hello, No Way. How are you, No Way? Good to see you. I figured nobody was on doing a chat tonight. Figured I'd jump on here for a little bit. So how was your Christmas? I ate too much for my dinner. I'm just sitting back resting. Which I got to bail out of bed at 4 o'clock and hit the ground running. So I'm just winding down. Unfair, Tater. Must be liquored up fatter. Okay. No, I did my drinking Saturday night. Had a good time Saturday night at Rosie's chat and all. And at that point, Sunday, man, I had a rough day Sunday. They were dragging because of it. So, dinner was awesome. I went back for 3 loads on the prime rib. Gotta have more. Gotta have more. And if you saw my little follow-up clip, we didn't have squat left. We did not have much anything left on that. We killed it. But even Dad went back for 2 plate loads of it. So yeah. Now that prime rib was absolutely heaven. And I'm one of those, you throw a slab of red meat in front of me, and I'm like all over it. Hey, that ladylike bit goes right out the window. I'm a true carnivore. Hmm. So yeah, no, when it comes to big slab of red meat, hey, I am all over it. Oh yeah. Well, some of these restaurants, the way they do the prime rib, because they start out like the night before getting it ready, you know, in order to make it achieve perfect. What I did was that recipe that I found online, where you pull it out of the fridge 3 hours ahead of time, salt it, let it sit until it becomes room temperature, and then you salt it again with a little pepper, and then you stick it in a 500-degree oven, and it's 5 minutes per pound. So 6.1 pounds basically was 31 minutes. And then you just shut the oven off and leave it in there for 2 hours. Really? They only served the eye and the rest of it was anybody's good to take home, huh? Because yeah, some of these steakhouses, the way they do it, they've got, so much prep time. What I thought was cool on this, though, was, when you cut the strings off, they had the ribs separated. So it was just a little cut on the corner there to finish getting it completely separated. And then you had the whole slab there to just start cutting. Yep. Yep. Okay, so in that case, they were 3 days on getting it going. That was probably a high-end restaurant. So, yeah. Problem I found is, I like Mojo Creole. And if you take like a London broil and you marinate it in Mojo Creole, it turns the whole thing brown to begin with. So then when you broil it, you can't really tell where you're at on it because there's no pink left in it to begin with. So the rack went in the trash. Oh, jeez. Yep. So, oh, my dog is sound asleep on the floor here. He got the bones. He got the bones. He did the first clear off on it, and then the pit bull swiped it from him, and so he got the next one to do. The pit bull and the box are a little more touchy on the stomach. And if they get something that's a little too greasy or something, then they wind up getting sick and puking on the rug. Tyson here, could eat the trash can and not get sick on it. This boy knows how to eat. Yep. They always get to pre-wash the dishes. That's why we always throw them in the dishwasher on the sanitary cycle. And I always rinse them off then with hot water, scrub them down, throw them in, and then we run it through the sanitary cycle. But, if you got stuff that's stuck on there, hard to get off, he's got no problem with working his butt off to get it off of there for you. So it does actually save a lot of time on cleanup. Yeah. And after I ate all of that, it's like, oh man, I am just like a rag tonight. So I went and hit the shower. Took off the makeup, took off the nail polish. So. Well, Stella's got a real touchy stomach. She's a white boxer. And, she gets an upset tummy real easy for some reason. And Cocoa Puff, she's an old lady. She doesn't do so well with all of it. So, yeah. Tyson here, on the other hand, he's only like 3.5 years old, American Bulldog. Oh, He's the guy I come home with double cheeseburgers and stuff for anytime we go to Burger King or McDonald's or anything. And I throw him a burger, and he gets about 3 chomps on it, and it's gone. Now, if you look at his jaw, the bottom jaw is the V shape. The upper jaw is this big bell shaped where it flares way out toward the back. So his teeth back here, they don't even come together at all. I mean, you got a 1/2-inch gap between the bottom jaw and the upper jaw there when that mouth closes. So how he can chew anything, I have no idea. But it fully explains why when he goes and gets a drink of water, he has the water pouring out when he's done and everything else. The jaw doesn't seal. You know, the shape of the two, they don't go together. But no, he is passed out down here. He's like, I love those bones, Daddy. And you figure there's a fireplace. So he's got a nice warm seat in the house here. That's why he's crashed out there, because it's toasty wood. It can bake his brain. He gonna sleep like a baby tonight. He got both rib bones off of that. And I thought that roast, the size of it, it had like 3 bones, but now there are only 2 in there. So they were just, you know, wide bones, spaced wide. So, yeah. Oh, he's ready for that long winter nap. Yeah, no, he's a happy camper. He got all of his toys on Christmas Eve, so that way, you know, it wouldn't be an issue with the other 2 dogs, because he's the one that plays with toys. The other 2, very seldom do they play with a toy. And with him, you hand him the box, he tears it open. I don't remember if I live streamed it or if I just did video on it, but I've got it somewhere. If it's not already up, it will be. But yeah. Okay, so if the bones are wide and widely spaced, it was from the back end. Okay. Now, is the back end supposed to be tougher or more tender? I'm not familiar with which end is better. But there was absolutely nothing wrong with this roast. It was good. But basically over there at Safeway, they had either the entire roast, or this was the biggest one they had that wasn't the entire roast. And I figure this is not the time of year really for doing ribeyes on the grill that much, so that's why I just bought what we needed. Normally I'd buy the whole rack and I'd cut ribeyes off it, but anymore the way life is, there's not really time to run out back and use the grill. Okay. Tell you what, it had quite the slab of fat on the back, which actually did really good for it. So, yep. I don't know why I've got to approve yours. It's like more fat cap on the front, and I've got to approve it. So, yep. Okay, more fat cap on the front, means it's in the back end. Well, it had, like you said, nice thick layer of fat. And throwing it in there at the 500 degrees, the one thing I found when I went to carve it, because it literally, you know, seals it when you do that, to where with the electric knife, I had a couple of slices, I had trouble getting it to take a bite and start cutting because it was so nice and crispy on the back. So, it did good. Now that we've got a new oven, we can do that. I had to pull a rack out of the oven though to be able to get it in, which I love this oven. We got 3 racks in it. So most things you're cooking, you've always got extra space to throw something else in with it. Hmm. I don't know if I've got. No, I have never seen you out of line. No way. I'm not worried about you. I don't know if I've got something checked though on that where it's watching for certain words or something. Because on that one sentence, I don't know if maybe fat was the key word it picks up. I don't know. Which, yeah, if you're talking about a girl or something, it could be offensive. When you're talking about a, prime rib, nothing offensive about that. You want the fat. You kicked yourself out with a wrench? Well, I think the only one that has a wrench anymore in my chat, I think it's just the wife that has the wrench. I don't think I've got anybody else out there with a wrench. And that's only because I'm not going to take that away from the wife. She wants a wrench. She's got a wrench. That's a permanent one, Because, yeah, if she's in there and she's feeling it's offensive, then, yeah, look out. But with me, it's like, I don't get that many offensive people in here anymore. I have pretty much outlived them. So, yeah. Hey, when you kick yourself out. Now, I don't remember whose chat I was in, but it was just someone the last few weeks where they kicked themselves out and couldn't get back in. And we're all in there on panel, and they're gone. I think it was Kat Riley's chat, and she wound up having to start a new chat. So, hey, it happens. I've screwed up and accidentally clicked the wrong window to close and shut myself out. So, You beat yourself unkind with that. Well, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, which I'm a good one. I'll get so many different windows going and stuff. I'll start closing windows and accidentally close the wrong one. But, yeah. Of course, now today I was playing around on Amazon for a few minutes, and I did order me another one of those Aubrey Hepburn dresses that I put the crinoline and all underneath it. And this is pretty. It's black with bold colored flowers all over it. And it's like, I like that. And they're like $29 with a gorgeous dress. So I got one of those coming. Well, I've been pretty lucky about not locking myself out. Now, I always make sure I got my key in hand before I lock the door. However, the one catch is there have been times where you go out the back door and the doggies, if they jump up in the window to take a look out because you left them in the house, there are times they'll get the paw on that deadbolt and flip that deadbolt. And then, yeah, you get locked out. But usually, if I'm home alone and I'm going out back, I'm going to have a key on me. Just because I know that happens. Either that or make sure I get all 3 dogs out at once with me. So, yeah. Oh, no, my daughter, you don't lock her out the back door. I accidentally locked her out there one day. Didn't realize she was out there. And I'd been in and out, in and out. She went out, and I didn't see her when I came back in. And I locked the door, and she comes up to the door and starts banging on the door in a panic. She busted the window out of the back door. It's like, you don't beat on that glass that hard. But yeah, I came in, I sat down, I just lit up a smoke, and all of a sudden I hear this bang, 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 and before I could even stand up, I hear this crash, and I'm like, oh gee, what happened? And yeah. Well, you know, they don't mean to, but that deadbolt flips, and they jump up there at the door, and they're big enough that they got the paws up there on it, basically. So, yeah, I've had them do that to me a couple of times. Yeah. Yeah, she was tripping out. When she tried the door and it was locked, she just like went into a panic. You know. And the funny thing about it is, she's got a key out there. She's got a key out there. She knows where it's at. I couldn't tell you where it's at. She knows where it's at. But basically, you know, for some reason, the babysitter might drop her off at the house like 5 minutes before we get home or something. She's got a key. She can let the dogs out, let herself in. And so, you know. Because there's every now and then there's those times where, you know, we're off 5 minutes and can't connect to make it go good. So, which at this point, I did buy her a cell phone for Christmas. She's got a little smartphone. And believe me, she knows how to text. I set her up with it. I think it was Wednesday night, I think. Anyhow. And so, yeah, Thursday I got a couple of texts from her. Friday I got all kinds of texts from her. But, you know, she's home with Grandma and Grandpa. And it's like one morning, they were still sleeping, hadn't come in yet. We all left for work. So, yeah, that's when she was in the house here and, you know, had no way really to communicate with her. In the house here, we run a Magic Jack. Problem is the computer on that, it's so full of dog fur and stuff and the fans that it makes so much freaking racket right now that I shut the computer down because we never use it. And I just need to unplug it, pull it out, take it out back, take an air hose to it, and then we'll be fine. But that hasn't been top priority. And so, yeah, when all of a sudden she's home alone here, and it turns out she was here for about 30 minutes before Mom and Dad came in. So even though they're out back, you know, if she had a problem, she could go out back, bang on the side of the RV and get them. But it's just, you know what, I'm more comfortable where I can actually communicate with her and know she's okay. So, and what I got her, it's a prepaid phone. It's pretty darn nice little smartphone. And it's a Verizon phone. So that way, between phone calls, she's not burning her time because it's all a Verizon. And but yeah, it was a $32 phone at Family Dollar. And then I bought a $50 time card that it's good for 90 days. So we'll see how far that $50 goes. You know, as long as she's not downloading a bunch of stuff away from the house. Because when she's in the house, we've got her connected to the network. So she can plan it all she wants as long as she's on the network because she's not burning her time then. So yeah, we'll see how it works. But it is nice where, you know, she can send us a text, let us know what's going on. I can send her a text. You know, she can call if she's got an issue. But yeah. Okay, you use the track phone. Okay. Well, you know, I'm on Verizon with everything. I've been on the same account with Verizon since '98. So I've got almost 20 years with them. And, you know, that's why this bit back in October where somebody got into my account. They ordered me 5 iPhone 8Ss. And, you know, all of a sudden they show up at my door and I'm like, okay, what is this box? You know, I didn't order anything that weighs that much. And it didn't say on it where it came from. So I took it out here by the street. After I took some pictures of the box and the label information, I took it out by the street to open it. I find 5 of these iPhone 8s in there. $4,000 worth of phones. And I come in, I jump online on my account, and they were charged to my account. And so I called Verizon, and they just put me through to the fraud department and issued me a pickup on it. And I sent them back. And then they dropped the ball on getting them off the account and getting credit for it. Until finally Friday, they're threatening to shut me off. And I'm like, if you just read the notes on the account, you'll see if you guys would just do your job on current. And at that point, they sent me back to the fraud department, and they went on ahead and pulled all that off, so I'm good. So I don't know who hacked my account, who got in there, but all it did was create an inconvenience. You know, just one of those pain in the ass things to deal with. So I don't know what the purpose behind it was. However, whoever did it, because the same credit card I paid Verizon with, somebody used it like 10 days prior to ordering the phones at a Macy's in Ohio for $912.78. Now, being it's a PayPal card, I called PayPal. By in the morning, I had my money back, and you know, that was the end of that. So I don't know who's screwing around, but you know what? When you get companies like PayPal and all, no, they don't put up with the crap. So somebody's going to wind up getting prosecuted here in the end. And it's like with the cell phones and all. You know, they can track that down to what IP it came from. So, you know, somebody's just setting themselves up to go to jail. But being it's all connected to Verizon almost makes me think it's like an inside connection at Verizon or something. Well, customer service with Verizon, because I've talked to them probably half a dozen times, because every time I jump on the account, it's like that crap was still there. I'm like, okay, we'll get it pulled off. We'll get it taken care of. Nothing had happened. And we've been through that so many times. And that's why all I had to do was when I talked to them, just say, look at the notes on the account. I don't have to explain anything to you. It's all there. And at this point, it reads like the Encyclopedia Britannica. So, yeah. Yeah, the only thing I don't like with them right now is that I am under contract on that phone there, which I was on this phone here for, oh gosh, probably 13, 14 years. And so I was probably like 10 or 12 years without any contract with Verizon. And I love that, because all I had to do was call them up and then they would kiss my butt. Well, if you got to go, no way. You have a good evening. Thanks for coming by. And great talking to you. But now, if you don't have a contract with them, man, they don't want to lose your business. If you do have a contract with them, then they can be a little bit of an ass at times. But, you know, I've had the same number for 20 years almost, 19 years. I got it in 98. So, yeah, when you've been there that long, they try to take care of you. So you have a good evening. Yeah, I'm not staying on all night, but I'll throw the link back out there, though. Like I said, if anybody wants to come in, feel free. You know, if I get a troll who wants to come in and shut me down, well, you know what? I'll just go make coffee and go get in bed. So, it don't matter. I'm just winding down. Because this week is going to be like suicide. So, all the way to New Year's. And then coming back on that Tuesday after New Year's will be killer. Finally, the Wednesday will start to even out again. Well, hello, Granny. How are you? Hey. But no, the problem is, though, after New Year's, 2 weeks later, we get Martin Luther King Day off. So as soon as you think it's going to iron out and be smooth, you got another holiday thrown in. Good news is, though, I'm back up for all my vacation time again. December 3rd is my anniversary date. So at this point, I get 200 hours of vacation and another 24 hours of personal days, as well as, 40 hours of sick time. So, yeah. But every year I pretty much forfeit one personal day. I always sit on it because, you know, my luck, if I don't have one, I'll end up in traffic court or something. You know, something stupid will happen where I need to take a day off. But yeah. So how was your Christmas, Granny? I hope you had a Merry Christmas. No, the one thing I asked for Christmas I didn't get, which is that dress. So I will probably be going over there this week, or worst case scenario next weekend, and trying it on, make sure it fits. If it does, it's coming home with me. I love that dress. It's so beautiful. I was just like in awe standing there looking at it. It's like, I want it. So, but at least I'm having a great month at work. You know, they got me on commission now, so I'm making money at it. So, hey. Yeah. Oh, you work today. Oh, that bites. Now, yesterday when we went over to IHOP, okay, we went over there because of that waitress. Her name's Jaquita, and she works my corner store. She works corner store Monday through Thursday. She works IHOP Friday through Sunday. The girl never takes a day off. She's got a child at home. She's a single mom. And, I mean, hardest working young girl I've ever seen. And that's why I figured, okay, I want to go see her at IHOP because there I can leave her a nice tip, you know, help make her Christmas. And what I gave her was a $100 American Express gift card. So she's got $100 there for Christmas. She hadn't planned on to be able to make Christmas special. And I know she'll take good care of her baby with her. You know, but you don't find many people nowadays that are willing to assert themselves and work that hard. And so that's why I wanted to do that for her. And I got to go see her at corner store tomorrow, so I'm sure she'll just be, you know, tickled to death. But yeah. You know, it was one of those that I wanted to do that. And like I said, you can't give her a tip at the convenience store, you know, then there'd be issues with the job on that. But as the waitress, oh yeah, I can give her a good tip. And with it on a gift card, it's all hers. So yeah. So that way she got to make sure she had a nice Christmas for her babies. Her baby, I should say. Turns out she's pregnant. She's got another one on the way. So, but that's why I did that. You know, I deal with her on the job at corner store all the time. And that's a girl that, I mean, she's always all over everything. I mean, Everything's got to be perfect. Everything's got to be clean, right, dead curve. You know, the roller grill is always well stocked. The coffee's always fresh. The counters are always clean. Condiments are full. You name it, she's on it. And yeah, so that's why I did that for her. You know, those that work hard to try to survive, you know, I got no problem trying to make it more special for them. You know. Now, if you're like a certain Assyrian king on YouTube here, you know, that doesn't have a clue what work is about and just wants you to give, I don't support that cause. You know what? I don't support the beggars. And it's like with the panhandlers. You know, every now and then I'll see a new face, somebody that is definitely not the career panhandler. And yeah, I got no problem with helping them. But so many of these guys, I see the same people day after day, just different street corners, and I've been seeing them for years. Okay? No, this is their job, panhandling. They don't want a job. And in that case, no, I'm not going to support them. You know, I've got some liquor stores that they all gather at like noontime and spread the money out and decide, all right, what are they getting for liquid lunch? You know? So, you know, we had a nice Christmas. I did video of it all. And at one point, the phone shut down, which I'm not sure why in the middle of a video, because like the battery was still good. I still had space on it. So I don't know why it shut down, but I started it back up and that was good. So, but I did all the Christmas bit on video. I haven't uploaded it yet. But I figured video, I was sure it was good quality then. And didn't have to worry about, you know, getting pixelated or something from a weak signal. Or I just haven't gotten around to messing with it. I need to empty the phone off. I finally got this stuff from the Daddy-Daughter Princess Ball off of there the other day. Problem is I got 79 gigs worth of data on the phone, and then everything from this weekend on there too. So, you know, I'm probably pushing 100 gigs on there at this point. Which I'm thinking, my computer here, it's on Windows 7. I think it overloads the buffer. Because how I got the stuff off finally from the Princess Ball was plugging my 3 TB drive here into my work computer and then plug my phone into it, and I just ran it through and out. Because I don't want it on the work computer, but I just use the processor basically to move it over. And that way then I can plug it in here and have access. Because otherwise I plug the phone in here and I see a part of it, and then that's it. And if I close the window and I bring it back up, I see less. Which leads me to believe I'm like limited on buffer here. Which if I take the time to go find the frickin' menu on it, I could probably solve the problem. I don't know if it's over here, the properties menu or not. Oh. No. Not that menu. I don't know if it's on the properties on the hard drive. They call it. No, it's not there. Maybe it's under the performance and information tool. No, this has got nothing to do with it. So I knew it under XP without a problem. But this is Windows 7. I'm not sure where they got it. I know I've run across it. That's so, I don't know. I'll find it one of these days. I'll run a performance monitor check here and see what it says. Yeah, no, because with the way it airs out on that, leads me to believe that I'm like, limited on buffer or whatever. I know I've been awful close to no disk space left. I've been under 4 gigs of free space again and again here. And it's a 750 gig hard drive. But when you're dealing in high definition video, it doesn't take much to fill up a computer. Like I can wind up with 32 gigs real easy just by going out with my little camera and shooting some videos. Yeah, it's working on generating a report. Let me see what it says. So it's taking it a while. I'm thinking this could be ugly. Dinner was awesome, Rev went out. Okay. I have got device drivers. My device is not present, not working properly. Yeah. Some other things you plug in and take out. Survey of Windows Management Infrastructure Supported Devices. I failed. Oh, it's because there's so many drivers here and things that aren't plugged in at the moment. So, yeah. Okay, I got a high CPU load. On live stream. What do you want? Memory. Okay. See if that'll take me into where you set the memory here. Not doing anything for me. I'm not sure where that menu is. Now, Rub went out. We had an awesome dinner. My prime rib was absolutely picture perfect. And what we had left was, we'll probably put it in one little bitty Tupperware thing there, and it'll be somebody's little snack for tomorrow. Because there's like, a little bit of mashed potatoes, a couple of tablespoons worth of corn, and a couple little pieces of meat left, and that was it. So nobody came up short, but we didn't have a whole lot of extra. And I just figured I'd jump in on here for a bit. I didn't see anybody else online, really. No, usually we got Rosie and Shay and Kat and all of them on. It's like tonight there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of anybody. You know, Amanda used to be on all the time, and all of a sudden Amanda just fell off the face of the planet. So, I don't know what happened. And after the bit with all the lottery tickets, it's like she disappeared. So, which, speaking of lottery tickets, 2 weeks ago, I put $10 into a lottery ticket. I won $3 on it. I took my $3 worth of winnings, put it back into tickets, and this past week here, I won $45 off of those three, and then I invested 10 in it again, and I lost that. So, yeah, I'm still 25 ahead of the whole game here. But yeah, that was kind of surprising though, when I actually hit it. Which, you know what? I just thought of something. I got to go to work tomorrow, and I'm in the wrong wallet. So time to move over. If I can get the darn cards out. Son of a gun. I did have it with me. I didn't think I did. Hey, Morgan? I didn't think I had that card with me. Okay, she's posting on Norbecker videos. Okay. I did not know that. So she is still around. Awesome. Because, yeah, when I hadn't seen her, it's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, well, I need to hang on to you. Had to take Dad over there yesterday. At 4:30 in the afternoon, took him to Walmart. Because the battery on the RV out back was dying on it. And it's like, great. Christmas Eve and the battery dies. What do we got here? Let's throw a little cash over here. I never have cash in a wallet. Always have cash in the purse, though. Amazing how that works. Okay. So she's not doing any hangouts then. I don't know if she got booted off of that or what. But I got that Kurt stays. That. Okay, all those come over here. There we go. So I'm thinking that gets me moved over to be the guy in the morning. You know, it's great when you get all moved into the purse. Because then anytime you go anywhere, you grab the purse and you go and you have everything. Whereas the guy, you got to go load all your pockets up. Got to make sure you got everything. So that's why I like when we needed to run over to Walmart and get a battery. It's like, okay, I wasn't really dressed for going much anywhere, but I still had the makeup on and the wig. And so I just threw on a blouse and a pair of jeans. I got the girly jeans, some tennis shoes, and we went to Walmart. And yes, I'm a guy in a dress. Who cares? Nobody. Well, I sub Anthony Norbeck. I'm going to have to go take a look. Of course, just because I sub him doesn't mean I'm going to get the videos listed. What I find is some of the people I've subbed to way in the past, it's like they roll off the end there where they don't show up on their videos. But when I go to their channel, it still says I'm subbed to them. So at that point, I find I've got to unsub them and resub them. And at that point, I get the videos. So. Yeah, I haven't looked to see if anybody else is on yet out here. I was just kind of doing some winding down. It's my quiet time. Let's relax and so yeah. Now we got a couple people on finally. So, all right. I'll tell you what. I may get off of here. I see Ivana here is kind of live up. I might jump over there and see what she's got going on. But hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. And I'm going to jump off of here. Yeah, I'm familiar with Anthony Norbecker doing the mockery videos on Elvis and stuff. So I'll take a look. But you have a great evening, people. And thanks for coming by.